Alright, I apologize everyone for the delay, but we're finally up and running, and I would like to welcome you all to, this is round number 8 of our BRL ACC Xbox division. We're here in the beautiful Oulton Park. We already had a 15-minute qualifying. We're already 10 minutes into the race. Again, I really apologize about the delay. I can't stress enough about how sorry I feel. But we've got a bit of a different format for this week and the upcoming weeks in the championship. We have done away with the mandatory pit stop, which is always an interest. Sorry, not the mandatory pit stop, the pit window for the mandatory stop. You still have to make a one stop in the race. This is a 30-minute race, by the way. And yeah, so everybody can stop whenever they want. We've got Skeppy in the pits right now in the number 92 Audi, and coming out now to finish his stop. So the two leaders out front get to pit. Everyone else in the field has already done so with 19 minutes 44 seconds to go in this session. So yeah, we'll see how this one plays out with the different pit strategies and all. And it looks like we've got ourselves a very nice battle pack for third place, which is still behind the top two yet to make their stop. So Skeppy is ahead of John right now, and John a couple of seconds up the road from Stolowski, who is with Phantom. Phantom's a little bit further back from Stolowski. So these two, and Skeppy and John and Stolowski right behind them as well, looking for a nice battle here. Hairpin and now into the nice chicane. Hit that inside curb on first part of that chicane. We'll send that car flying. So as we get situated, we get settled down into this race after the quick and early stops for most of these guys. We get ourselves up and running with point standings. Should be getting up here shortly. It looks like Skeppy is pulling away from John, but John getting caught by Stolowski here a little further back. A little wayward on the curb there. Through one is Stolowski, still trying to get around John just ahead of them. The two McLarens sitting 4th and 5th. Not sure exactly where they'll file out after the top two make their mandatory stops, going long, hoping for a safety car. Namor said he was before the race, so see how that works out for him into the long banked hairpin here. Phantom back in the pits, so must have had an issue happen with his Lexus. He's got someone following him in as well, so maybe a collision. Actually, no, that would be our leader, Cold Carnival, heading to the lane. So both Lexuses into the lane, and Carnival making his mandatory stop. Phantom already made his, but some issue for him in this first race of two. That will let Namor take the lead, and we'll see how far he goes until he decides to make his mandatory stop today. He was hoping for a wet one. It was looking like it might have been a wet race this weekend, but not to be, unfortunately. Only still one wet race on the entire season, which was at round 1 in the Nürburgring. So very dry season up to this point so far. The man we're on board with right now, BRL Skeppy, he currently leads your championship standings after the win last week in Zolder. An incredible battle between him and Calzoner, who is currently sat down in 8th place with a fortunate week. So far at the moment, he's not looking too good to get much out of this race. Everyone will score points, but a lot of between him and the cars ahead. We'll see if he can get any spots and get himself out of 8th place. But Skeppy leads your points standings by 8 points over the guy right behind him on the track, BRA John. And behind them it is Jug, who missed last race and has missed this one as well. So he's fallen off a little bit. He's 11 points off first place in the standings. And then it's Calzoner, who again, not looking too great right now here, and sitting 8th place in the race. He is 4th place in the point standings. He is 17 points off your lead. Prince is 5th, who is not here today. He has missed a lot of races so far. Phantom, who just disconnected out of the race after that pit stop and some damage, I assume, on that car. So he will not score any points today. He's in 6th in the standings. Still is he's 7th behind him. 2 third places back to back. He's on track right now in 4th place. He could be on track for a 3rd place once Neymar does hit the pit lane. And then it's Ichigo, who is not here. He is sitting 8th. Which Gilbert 9th. Raz Team in 10th. Deer Hunter 11th. Cold Carnival, who is here. He is currently sitting in the 5th position. He's quite a ways off that group of 3, though, ahead of him. Neymar sits 13th in the standings. 2 points finishes to date. He's got the 3rd place in the wet in the Nürburgring, and again in 8th place last weekend at Zolder. Currently leads the race, but yet to make that pit stop in that lovely brown and green Aston. What an amazing car. Livery from the GOAT himself. Anyone else in this race that I have not mentioned in the points? Tez Bowen yet to score points. We'll score some today. And then Fuki 4, who is also yet to score points and will do so today. So those two will be battling it out to see who can score more today. So Neymar heads into that banked corners. We'll hop back onto this battle pack of 3 between the McLarens and the Audi of Skeppy. Just 12 minutes and 48 seconds remain in this one. Again, 2 shorter races today, still making up about the same time slot as we usually do. 2 15-minute qualies and 2 30-minute races in this one. So these guys have to go all out. They have to make sure that they hit their marks. They don't have an hour to make up the time. They've only got half an hour this time. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes. Some of these guys, Neymar again still yet to pit, leads this race by about half a lap's worth over these guys here. Skeppy 2nd, John 3rd, Stolowski 4th, Carnival sitting a ways back in 5th place. Tez Bowen again another ways back from Carnival in 6th. 7th place Fuki 4 is a lap down. And Calzoner 2 down. As we have a yellow flag, that's John off at the final corner, and he's gonna lose a lot of time, and he smacks the inside wall on the way out, and that is gonna cost him big damage on that right hand side of that car. That's John out of the running for this race, pretty much. He's gonna have to see if he can nurse that car home for another 11 minutes, or he's gonna have to come back down pit road and get himself onto the but this is gonna save him, isn't it? Taylor Clan, our safety car for today's race, is gonna come out, and this has very much played into Neymar's strategy. He's gonna be able to pit right now and not lose as much time as he normally would in flag condition. So Neymar is locked out with this one. He's going to have the freshest tires as well. We'll see if anyone else decides to pit for these final couple of laps here. Neymar actually stays out, so he's gonna. Never mind. There's the pit lane. Sorry, I thought it was a little earlier on the straight. So Neymar is gonna be able to come in, and he's gonna get himself a semi-free pit stop here. Skeppy is gonna be charging hard though to try and take away that race lead from Neymar. Carnival is into the pits as well, so he gets lapped for now, but he's gonna be fixing up that damage on that Lexus. He'll be able to get back in the running of this race. You can get your laps back under safety car. This is a rule. So they'll be looking to do that. So Skep will take the race lead off of Neymar. Stolowski will follow. John, we'll see. Does he? No, he does not decide to come down into the pit lane, and he will continue on. And then looks like Neymar will get out ahead of Fluky. So Neymar is going to come out in 4th place here, so that the strategy is going to put him right up back to the front of that top 3. So Neymar is lucked out here with his strategy. So Skeppy will take your race lead. Stolowski jumps to 2nd. John up to 3rd, but Neymar is going to hold up into the 4th place position. And he's looking very good on the fresh tires. He should have a good shot and maybe even trying to get this race win off of that big 3 out front. Fuki 4 is going to be getting his lap back here. He's making his way around the track. Calzoner as well. And just catching up to the field, and now will be getting his lap back as he goes around the left-hand side of all these cars. Just to stop and wait. As he will. And pull back out to the left-hand side and go. So Carnival getting one of his laps back. And hopefully try and get as he cuts that chicane. A little bit extra lap time here. Oh, Carnival's picked up a drive-through. I assume it's from cutting that chicane or something. He's gonna have to serve that on his quest to try and get a lap back as well. Oh, Carnival with a nice little spin. So Carnival's gonna have to serve this drive-through. I'm not sure if he's gonna serve it here. No, he's gonna keep going because he's still got. And actually, there he goes into the lane. So looked like he was gonna keep going, but he's gonna pull right into the pit lane and serve his drive-through. And back out onto the track. So we'll see what Taylor is going to do. Yeah, he's going to pull away now in his safety car. And we're going to get going once again for a 5-minute shootout here around Oulton Park. Skeppy's going to lead them to green. And will it be Skeppy who comes out on top? Not sure about that. Fluky's off the racetrack a little bit there. Skeppy waiting to get them out of the final corner and goes now, and he'll have Stolowski all over his rear end for some company. John and Neymar follow them. We'll see what they have anything to do in this final 4.5 minutes. I think Neymar, he's got those fresh tires, might have a chance to get around John here. They come through the sector one, split side by side for the race lead. Here comes Stolowski, can't make the move, sticks. Skeppy runs wide though, he's into the grass and he's around. Skeppy's around, he's gonna hit the inside tire barrier, and that is huge contact for the race leader. Skeppy around, and Stolowski will take the race lead. I think Taylor is gonna come back out here. No, he won't. He's gonna stay because I don't think we have enough time for another restart here. Skeppy to the pit lane. That's going to be his race over, and he's going to finish last out of the entire field. Bowen actually is going to finish last, so Skeppy will finish 7th with a DNF. Stolowski takes the race lead. John follows him, and Neymar is sitting pretty in 3rd place. Again, can he do anything with the fresher tires? Not sure how much of a difference that's really going to make for him, but could be a psychological advantage if anything. And Calzona, by the way, is caught back up to these guys. He is sitting 4th place, so it's a 4-way battle for the win. Skeppy is going to have to sit in the lane and wait this one out, as there's a second race coming up just after this one. Stay tuned if you did not know already. We got another 15-minute quali and a 30-minute race coming up after this one, so lots of action to come. Here comes Calzona, looking all over the back of Neymar and the Bentley. Here comes Calzona. Can he make a move? No, it doesn't look like he's going to be close enough. As actually, Neymar got a little bit caught up on the inside of that turn. And Calzona is going to be coming steaming around the outside. Can he make it stick? And yes, he will, for the hairpin. This is where Skeppy lost the car last time, as John's done it this time, and Calzona goes into him. Contact between the two. Here comes Neymar through the middle. Neymar makes it through, and that's huge for the championship. John was looking to gain back points on Skeppy, but now falls all the way back to 4th after contact with Calzona. John must have made a mistake up ahead. Calzona couldn't react quickly enough into that hairpin. Stolowski's got himself a really big gap, and Neymar now takes 2nd place away from John and Calzona. Huge race implications. Here's 1 minute and 53 seconds to go. It's looking all but wrapped up for Stolowski, but we've seen so many mistakes already in these final couple of laps. The pressure on these drivers. Neymar is looking to secure himself his 2nd podium of the season here in round number 8. But he's going to have company behind him. Calzona looking all over the back. He's looking very racy at the moment. Contact with John not impairing him too much. Last lap for the leader, Stolowski. Here comes Neymar and Calzona to the line. This is going to be a great battle for the 2nd place and 3rd place positions. If any of them mess up, John's still in contention to take over that final podium position. Neymar pulled out a nice gap through turn 1 and now into the long left-hander to end sector 1. He's looking very good right now to hold on to 2nd, but we've seen. It is so easy to make a mistake. Neymar now through the left and hard braking into the banked hairpin here. Out of it nicely, just maintaining that second gap that he's got to hold on. Now through the chicane, can't pop that inside curb. Keeps it, takes it nicely, as all three of them do. Neymar out. Calzone looks like he's got a better run though. Calzone down into the next chicane here. Neymar a little bit defensive, holding his line, but he's got a nice run out, so it looks like he's going to be able to hold this all the way down to the penultimate corner here. But actually, Calzone's got a nice run as well. Calzone all over the look to the outside, got pushed into the grass a little bit. Neymar did not give him room. He did not want him to go to the inside. Neymar keeps the inside for the second to last corner, and now running up to the final corner. Here comes Calzone. Does he have any chance to make a late lunge, or can he get a run off of this final corner to challenge Neymar up to the line? He looks like he's got a nice run, but Neymar with the block. Neymar is going to hold on a second. Stolowski has won here in Oulton Park. He's won race one. Neymar is just going to hold on for second, beating out Calzone by just under a tenth of a second. There goes Calzone and John into the barrier in turn one. No regard for their cars after race one. Calzone does round out your podium. Going to be frustrated he did not get Neymar in that final run to the line. John holds fourth place. A bit disappointing after the mistake in the contact between him and Calzone. Carnival is going to take home fifth. Fluky 4 in sixth, his first point of the season. Skeppy with a DNF in seventh, and Bowen a DNF in eighth. So 6 finishers in that one, as now we'll move into race number 2 here. So there is your final standings for race 1. Stolowski taking home first, Neymar second, Calzone third. We got some new faces. The Phantom's going to come back for race number 2 as expected, and Ishigo will also come and drive for race number 2. So another 15-minute quality coming up here. And we'll see if we get some more of the same nice action after that final safety car in the 5 minutes shootout. So we'll wait for the server to reset itself here.
Green light, go, go, go.
So we are underway for qualifying number 2 and race number 2 from Oulton Park here in round number 8 at Oulton Park. So John will be the first one to get going, and we'll hop on board some of his lap here to get underway. 14:35. Get ready to go. So, crazy one last time, and I'm wondering if we're going to get more of the same. The removed pit window made Neymar's strategy a bit interesting, and he was able to get fresh tires, and he was able to secure that second place after a bit of help from the guys ahead of him. But we'll see how it works this time around. Again, you can pit any time between the 30 minutes of the race. You just have to stop once. But we'll see how John gets out for his banker. Running very little traction on his McLaren. Not too much ABS either. So John getting underway for lap number 1, and now heads down to the hairpin. Lift through here as he heads to the banked hairpin. Throttle, make sure you keep the foot planted on the exit. Don't want to run wide onto the grass. Grass everywhere around here. It's very easy to get yourself in some trouble. As nicely through the chicane, a 10th and a half up here. Down into the second chicane, a bit wider on the exit here. Someone's put that barrier onto the racetrack, which was a bit hazardous. John runs over that bollard as he runs it all the way down to the penultimate corner on the track. To the final corner. Here comes John braking hard and a bit slow on that exit there. Runs up to the line though, and it's going to be an invalid time, so he's going to have to go again here. That wide on turn 1, that's really where you're going to invalidate a lot of those laps on the exit of 1. Skeppy goes P1 provisionally. Stolowski's 3rd. Neymar is 4th. John's sitting in 2nd place here as he goes for another lap here. A bit wayward there, but if you can just keep the momentum up, it's not too bad. Now through the hairpin again, you can keep the foot to the floor through there on the exit, because of the banking, it really helps that rotation out in these very heavy GT cars. But John doing a very nice job through the chicanes, finding a little bit of time. He's breaking even with this last one, but he's got a lot of time to find, I think, in this final section of this lap here. Now, chicane 2, that barrier still on the track, which is maybe putting him off a little bit. Oh, a little bit wayward and got snap of oversteer. Looked like the traction kicked in through there, and he's lost about a 10th and a half coming up to second to last corner now, running it nice and flat on the second apex. Now down to the final corner here, he's going to be braking hard. And there's going to be a lot of time on this exit, but does he improve on his invalid lap? He does. He's going to put himself up to 1st place and ahead of Skeppy for now. So John moves himself ahead of his championship rival, 2/10 up. Stolowski is 3rd. We'll hop on board Calzona here coming through the final corner. And wayward on the exit. That might have invalidated the time. And it looks like it has. So Calzona are going to have to go again here. through the hairpin, Calzona goes. Now a long run down with 2 chicanes. So Calzona now, is this lap valid is the question. It is, but he's 7/10ths down on his best time, so he's just making sure he gets a time in. I'm not sure if there was any cuts on that previous bankered time of a 36.1, but through the final corner, it's a bit awkward through there, getting that big Bentley through it. He's going to find a lot of time onto the run to the line, and will put himself 4th fastest. Neymar is all the way down to 7th. He was 4th place a couple of minutes ago, but that's Calzona done with that set of tires. He's going to get back to the garage and go again. Looks like Ichigo has joined us to be our 8th member tonight. Looks like Phantom has dipped once again, so unfortunately not here. Skeppy has improved again. He's up to a 34.9. He's 4/10ths up on John, almost 8 on Stolowski. Stolowski invalid on this lap, so see, does anyone else have anything going? It looks like John doesn't have anything going either, as someone else has joined. That'll be Tezbone back into the session. Hop on Carnival back here. Also invalid. No one's setting laps right now. Calzona, I believe, on the out lap, so nothing doing with him. Ichigo, I believe, he's in the grass on the out lap, so not doing too well. We'll see what is Skeppy doing. Also invalid, so bit of a leisurely time here as we wait for the final qualifying runs here with 6.5 minutes to go. Skeppy starting the flying lap here, so we'll hop on board with him. Hard for 1. Make sure you carry the speed. Don't run too wide onto that extra bit of curbing, because it will invalidate the time. He's a 10.5 down though. Going through the long left-hander. He's picked up a lot of time through there, and he's going to find some time down the straight. Spectre 1 split line. He's about a 10th up here. Is now through the second left-hander. A bit of a lift. Bring it back to the left-hand side. Carry the speed through the banking. Is a bit wide of the apex, but again, just carrying the speed, what you need to do. He has not done so on the exit though, and he's a 10.5 down now through chicane 1. Tight through there. Make sure you don't run too out on the exit of that large curb. He's lost another 10th through there, so not too good of a lap here by Skep. Braking hard at that meter board through chicane 2. Good section. Now out on the long 2 straights here. They curve a little bit. This one curves to the left. Keep it flat. Brake hard for the first apex of 1. And there's the second one. He pops that outside curve, and this is not going to be an improvement of a lap time from Skeppy here. Again, braking at that reference board on the left-hand side there. This is an improvement from Skep, but that is a lap of Oulton Park in qualifying. See if anyone else doing anything interesting here. Stolowski would be closer to completing a lap, as he's gone way off into the wall. That won't be any improvement of any sorts for him. John up though. He's up 2.5 tenths through the hairpin. He kept it much tighter than Skeppy did on his last lap that we just watched. John now through into the chicane. Got to make sure you get this right. McLaren really does not like curbs, and it looks like he's popped the first one, which you really don't want to do around here, and he's lost some time. Now into chicane 2. You got to just carry the speed out, but he's not done so. Looks like, if I'm just cursing everyone, There we go, a bit of time, and a lot of time actually through there. He did not get that right on his previous lap, and he's about 4.5 tenths, almost 5 tenths up now as he hits 5 tenths, coming to the second to last corner. Keep it pinned on the apex of 2. To the final corner now. Here comes John braking hard. Make sure you get the car turned in early because it turns and does a double take onto the straight here. And John keeping it short run to the line, and he's going to take back pole position from Skeppy as he goes for another lap. We'll hop back on board him in a little bit, but he's just barely taking pole position away from Skeppy. Skeppy invalidated this lap, so he's only going to have really 1 or 2 more times. Calzone's put in a very nice time, and he's currently up about a tenth. And it's actually he's losing time now. He's about breaking even. He carried a little bit too much speed on the apex there. And he's going to lose it all down through the straight. And he's going to lose a bit more of this through there. That is not the line you want to be taking through chicane 2. And that will invalidate his time. He'll put himself into a wall. Try and get back into the lane. And he'll try and get back out one more time. You'll have to go quick, though, to try and put it back into a lap run. Stolowski a bit far off in this quality session right now, but he's found a 10th through the long left, end of sector 1, and now into sector number 2. A bit wide through there. He's lost a bit of time, but we'll see how he goes through the hairpin. You really just focus on the exit through here because you got to carry the speed down. He has not pinned it nicely through there, and he's going to lose some time down into chicane number 1. McLaren not very good on the curbs. Stays off all of them, but he's lost a second. It looks like this is going to be a back off from Stolowski. He's going to have one more shot to get going again. Skeppy, though, up about a tenth at the moment, losing a bit through the hairpin. He's a bit wide again. He's going to lose some time on the straight here, so down on the time coming into chicane 1. Nice through there, but he's going to lose a bit more time on the exit. It was too clean as I believe that was Fluky 4 behind him, going off in the distance. 1:20 left to go in this quality. Skeppy's gone deep, and that's this lap done. He's going to have one more shot if he can get back to the line. John currently holding pole position. At the moment, it's looking good for him, but that is a close margin between him and Skeppy. It is anyone's game at the moment. Neymar up about 2.5 tenths, and he gains a bit of time. Actually, now loses it as he got a little snap of oversteer on the exit of the hairpin. 53 seconds to go. Neymar through chicane 1. He's gonna, it looks like, pretty much stay even with his previous time. Losing a bit of time down the straight, as you're going to be braking hard into chicane 2. We've seen a lot of people get this one wrong. Looks like Neymar in a little too hot, and that's this lap done as well. Chicane 2 really ruining a lot of drivers right now. That's pretty much Neymar's qualifying over Carnival through the hairpin as well. See anyone else? Stolowski, is he on a lap? It looks like he's pretty much out of this quali as he's 5.5, almost now 6 tenths down into chicane 2. You're going to need a miracle last half of this lap to even think about improving. As he actually gets a snap oversteer. That's quali over. This is everyone's final times around. Calzoner's up a 10.5, almost 2 tenths now through chicane 2. He's made it work. Gotta lift off and put the power back on. He's lost a bit of time now as he goes down the hill. How close is it going to be between Skeppy and John? Just under 1/100th of a second between the two. At the moment, both of them looking to improve. It looks like John behind Skeppy, so we'll see Skeppy's lap first. Here comes Calzoner out of the final corner. That's probably invalid, and Calzoner, I believe, is going to stay 3rd place here. And yes, he will. Now it comes to Skeppy through the final corner. Does he have the 100th in him to beat John? And does John have a response if Skeppy take this pole position away. He's taking it at the moment, a 10th.5 off of John John. John John now through the penultimate corner, coming up to the run to the final corner. Does he have a 10th.5 in this lap? It's going to be close between these two. Does John John have what it takes to snag pole position off of Skeppy in the final moments? No, he does not. He improves, but it's not enough to take it. Skeppy will take pole, and just beating out John John in a duel between the two. And Calzoner will take home in third in qualifying. Stolowski starts fourth alongside Calzoner. Ichigo with fifth, but there's a big drop off from third to fourth at the moment. We'll see how that falls into place in race trim. Cold Carnival, 6th place. Neymar in 7th. Tesbo in 8th. Fuki 4, 9th. Phantom, no lap time set, will start this one in 10th. So, whew. One more race to go. We'll see how the pit strategy falls into place in this one. We'll see if anyone decides to try that Neymar strat of going long and hoping for that safety car, which he got last race, and put himself in position to take home a 2nd place, which is a great result for him. So we wait to get ready for race number 2. Reminder, last race, Stolowski took home the win. Neymar was 2nd. Calzoner very close in a 3rd. John John 4th. Skeppy with the DNF finished 7th last race. And between him and John John closed the gap in the championship last race. But he's going to need some luck once again, and a mistake from Skeppy to take a foot forward, take a step forward to try and challenge Skep for that championship. Got this week and 2 more following this one, and that is it for this season of Assetto Corsa. And it's been a wild one so far. We've had a lot of different winners. Skeppy, his first win of the season was actually last week, easily in the championship. So that just shows how competitive it's been in some of these races and some of these weekends. And it's been a lot of fun to watch as these drivers. 2 minutes to go until we start race number 2. And these guys getting their final adjustments in. Making sure they got enough fuel to go the 30-minute distance, and working out what strategy they want to try and employ in this 2nd race. A lot of them pit very, very early, trying to just get some clean air, and the one opposite to all of them was Neymar, who went super long, waited for that safety car, and he got it, and it worked out perfectly for him. We'll see if anyone decides to follow him in that strategy, or what will happen for this 2nd race. Some will want to learn from their previous race, some will want to build on their previous race. We'll see how it goes for everyone here as we get ready. 1 minute remains.
Seconds.
30 seconds to go until we get rolling here. to start race number 2 at Oulton Park. Hoping this one's as wild as the previous, but we will see how it all plays out. You can see next to their driver numbers there in the top left-hand corner, that orange box with the 1 in it, and it'll turn green once they've made their mandatory stop. So we get rolling here as we head to the final corner and the start line for race 2, and it's going to be Skeppy leading them to green. Make sure you don't get a drive-through like we saw him and Stolowski get back in Kyalami, as we get ready for green flag running, waiting for the drop of the green.
Green light, go, go, go.
And we're underway. A drive-through for John and Stolowski. Huge implications there for the championship, at least for John. Skeppy leads through turn 1, but Stolowski and John looking strong as, oh, contact between the two. John's around into the grass and into the wall. Just keeps it out of the wall, but he's going to have to serve a drive-through, and now he's lost so much time to the lead pack. He's going to have to lose even more going through the lane. Side by side between Calzona and Carnival for 3rd place. Calzona will stay ahead for 3rd place. Stolowski decides to serve the drive-through, currently sitting 2nd place, so everyone going to move in position after he has to make that pit stop. Here comes Ichigo on the inside of Carnival. Sorry, can't make the move happen into chicane 1. Hectic start off the line for John and Stolowski, who have drive-throughs to serve. John keeps out of the wall at turn number 1, but lost so much time. He's actually behind the safety car, or sorry, was behind the safety car when he got back going. So that shows you how much time he's lost to the field, and he's gonna have to lose even more as we get back to the start-finish line. Do they decide to serve that drive-through immediately? What is the plan for some of these guys here? Was it going to be Stolowski? Yes, diving it in to the lane. And serve the drive-through along with John, who also comes into the lane. So both of them serving that drive-through. They're going to lose some crucial time in this race. We'll see how it goes for them. They'll probably be hoping for a late safety car to get themselves back into the mix for the win for this one. But out front, Skeppy leads Calzona, leads Cold Carnival. Ichigo leading Neymar a little further back for 4th place, as we have a yellow flag. As I say that, it is Ichigo off the track, and so Neymar will take 4th. Bowen will take 5th, and he'll slot in ahead of Fluky 4, staying in 6th place. But you can just see, look how far back John is, and Stolowski is now just barely getting to the back of Fluky after making his drive through. It's a short pit lane around here, so didn't lose too much time. But right now, how about this battle for the lead? Calzona closing up to Skeppy in the race trim. Very, very confident in that Bentley, as we saw them battle last week at Zolder for the race win. They did not battle too much in race number 1 around here, but both of them looking quite good in race number 2. No one makes their mandatory stops just yet. Everyone's staying out, probably learning a thing or two from Neymar here from race 1. Maybe the early stop is not the way to go. close for this race lead. We'll hop back to Stolowski, who's still trying to catch up to the field. We had a car off at the back. That's John again with a spin at the hairpin. Did he pick up any damage? Not too sure. But a spin there from John. It looks like Taylor is going to be sitting pretty in the lane as another spin off. I believe that might have been Cold Carnival. Yes, it is Cold Carnival off on the back straight. Does that cause anything from Taylor? It doesn't look like it does, as the two race leaders charge on into turn number 1. Skeppy still leads 3 laps in at 5 minutes into this one. But Skeppy, after losing a couple points to John last race, is looking very good to gain those points right back. As we have our first into the pit lane, it's going to be Cold Carnival. Probably wants to get that set of tires off as fast as he can. And that'll be his pit stop served. We'll see. Yeah, John's going to follow him, and he's got heavy damage to the front end of that McLaren. So he's making a stop as well. Their orange 1 boxes will turn into green, you'll see. And you'll be able to tell them apart from the rest of the cars who have not made a stop thus far. So back out front, it's Skeppy and Calzona racing each other pretty hard at the moment. As Calzona pops that inside curb. He's going to lose a bit of time on the exit of chicane 2. And it looks like pretty close, I believe, between Ichigo and Bowen here for 4th place. Bowen solidly so far up in 4th. Neymar running in the podium positions once again. This looks to be a nice track for him. As Carnival finishes up his pit stop, he's going to come out. Oh, he's in the wall at the pit lane, doing the Bottas impression. As it looks like, yeah, Skeppy's pulled into the lane. I was thinking he would. So Skeppy pulls into the lanes. Calzona is going to stay out and continue on. I believe Neymar will do the same as he did last race. Does anyone decide to follow? It doesn't look like Ichigo or Bowen are going to follow into the lane. They'll stay out. And I believe everyone else also staying out here. So Ichigo close to Bowen here. This will be for 3rd place after Skeppy has made his stop. See how far back Carnival is out. There's John as well. He's further back. He's left by about half the field here. He's behind Bowen and Ichigo here, who are in a little battle for 3rd moment. Oh, yellow flag ahead. Who was that? Was that Neymar? It might have been. Saw it pop up. Here comes Ichigo. He's looking to the inside of Bowen. Does he have enough into chicane 2? Doesn't look like he's going to have enough. He's going to stay behind for now. So Ichigo stays behind Bowen. Carnival back into the lane. Not his day. I think he might be done for the day. So I think he is going to be done for the day. Calzona taking his clean air advantage at the moment and staying out. Neymar stays out as well. Here comes Bowen and Ichigo also staying out of the pit lane, I believe, unless one of them does dive it in late here. Yes, does. Tez Bowen decides to put it into the pit lane, and Ichigo will take the position off of him for now at least. Guys still yet to bid, Solowski being one of them, Fuki 4, another. Neymar does it in front, Ichigo as well. Everyone else has made stops, so mandatory stop in this one. You have to pit somewhere before the final lap of the race, so we'll see how long Calzona and Neymar are willing to hang it out there if they don't get a safety car to come in pit straight away. Again, short pit lane around here, so the only time you'll lose is making a tire change. Stolowski hasn't come out too bad, but he's quite a ways off of Calzona, who he would have been looking to battle with today. So, oh, another yellow flag. That is Fuki 4 off the track. Looks like he's able to get it back going, though. Does that? No. Terra Clan, our safety car stays in the lane. Top 5 yet to pit still. Skeppy, Bowen, John, Carnival, who is, I believe, going to be a DNF tonight. Have all stopped, and it should go into the lane now as well. So we'll see where he comes out. He was battling Bowen beforehand. We'll see if Bowen's gotten an undercut. Maybe that will give us an indication of what could happen with Skeppy and Calzona as well. As another car into the lane, that is Fuki 4 off the road and pulls into the lane now for his mandatory stop today inside Lexus there. Big mistake from our leader, Calzona, as he's into the wall. He's got a stop and go penalty for, I believe, running through the chicane. For it's a 20-second penalty there. That is huge for the race leader. Does it cause any move from the safety car? I don't think it will, as Calzona was able to get going. But man, a huge mistake. That's huge for Calzona. That's going to make Neymar jump him with the stop and go. And I don't believe he'll be able to pit normally with that penalty. So a huge mistake from Calzona. He's going to pull into the lane now. I don't think he's going to be able to change the tires. That's a rage quit from Calzona. And this is going to be his night done. It's got to be. Calzona done for the night. Neymar stays out once again. And we'll see what Stolowski decides to do here. It looks like he's going to stay out as well. So those two yet to pit. Calzona, I think, is going to be done for the night. Yes, he will be disconnects from the session. So Skeppy should take over the race lead quite comfortably, barring any safety car that may come out. So Skeppy is going to be trying to close up a little bit, at least, to Stolowski and Neymar. Neymar's going to be trying to hold the race lead off of Stolowski before the stops. So more in that lovely Aston livery made just for me today. Doing the same exact strategy he did last race. So not even halfway yet, but most of the guys have made their stops. I'm assuming Stolowski's probably going to come in halfway. Neymar's probably going to stay out until like the last lap of the race, if I had to guess his strategy. Stolowski is going to come in this time, so just before the halfway mark. We'll see where he files out compared to Skeppy and Ichigo, who are currently looking quite good for a podium in this one. Skeppy looking for his second win in 2 weekends, which would be a surprise considering how many races he had gone without a win this season. But he's going to take over second place from Stolowski. And will continue to chase down that gap from him to Neymar, who is yet to make his stop. Ichigo will also get by Stolowski, who's coming out of the lane now, so he's not going to be too far behind Ichigo here. Coming out of the lane, the two McLarens very, very close on the track. As here comes Stolowski. Does he have the grip on these colder tires here? Ichigo is going to pull away a little bit to the left. Stolowski, I believe, the faster driver in the long run. He's had very good race pace at most of these tracks. Not hooked up too many quali sessions, unfortunately, but it's looking good to get past his McLaren teammate of Ichigo. So both of them battling for that final spot on the podium for now. We'll see. I believe that means Neymar is going to come out in second place. If Stolowski came out with Ichigo, that should mean Neymar is going to come out in a beautiful second place. John has gotten by Fluky 4 for 6th place on a charge back, trying to gather as many points as he can in order to still make a net gain between the two races on Skeppy. But it's going to be difficult if he wants another position. He's got to find 35.7 seconds on Tez Bowen. And that is quite a margin, if I do say so myself, with only 14 minutes to go. But we'll see. We will see. Mistakes do happen, as Neymar through chicane 2, still yet to stop now. Over halfway through this one, we'll see what he decides to do on his strategy. So, Neymar through turn 1, and 10 laps through his first stint. He's got quite a margin over second place for now. Ichigo and Stolowski still battling it out for third place. This is really your only battle on the track. A bit quieter of a race here for race number 2. But still got a little bit to go here. 13 minutes left in this one. Got a little battle here for third place as we await a Neymar pit stop. I believe Neymar is going to come out ahead of these guys, though. So Neymar looking good for back-to-back second places at Oulton Park. He's going to be loving this place. He's going to be hoping we race here next week as well. But next week, I believe, is Silverstone, if I remember correctly. We'll go actually check that real quickly. I know last round is Imola, and I know it might be a 3-hour race. Stay tuned on information on that, because that could be interesting. Quickly check this for next week. It is, yes, going to be Silverstone. Neymar's going to be hoping for rain around there. I know you can tell you that much. And then the final round at Imola. So, not much time left in this championship. I can't tell you clinching scenarios. I don't believe anyone can clinch it this week. I'll have more on that next week. We'll see how that shapes up. A nice battle here for third. Neymar again stayed out. Skeppy past the pit lane there. Here's Ichigo and Stolowski, the two McLaren. Stolowski can't find a way around his teammate here for this final podium spot, but see if he's able to find a way. Still 11 minutes to go. They're going to be hoping for a safety car if they want any shot at trying to get Skeppy here. Skeppy 39.4 seconds off Neymar. He's definitely going to jump him in the stops. So Stolowski goes a bit wide. Catching some dirty air to Ichigo through the long left. So Ichigo going to pull out a bit of a gap here. It's about a second now between third and fourth. Differing lines through that hairpin. Ichigo farther right on the tarmac. Let's both pull it all the way to the right. Now through the chicane. Now a nice short run down to chicane number 2. There is Neymar into the lane. That's a car off. That, I believe, is John at turn 1. Picks up major damage. Does that bring out the safety car? I'm not too sure. But Neymar into the lane as he saw that yellow flag. Here comes Skeppy. He's going to take the race lead off of Neymar here. And Fuki for a lap down. The next car is... Oh, Skeppy makes a mistake! Skeppy's made a mistake! He's off at turn 1. Into the wall. Taps it lightly. And surely now we're going to have something happen. Here comes Neymar out of the lane. Skeppy trying to get the car pointed in the right direction here. Here comes Neymar. Ichigo gets by. Stolowski gets by. And here comes Neymar. Does he get Skeppy? Still... It's going to be Ichigo taking your race lead, and we're going to have a 4-car battle here with 10 minutes to go. Less than 10 minutes to go. It's about 9 now as Ichigo takes the race lead. Skeppy on his tail. Stolowski behind, and Neymar on the fresh tires once again following in 4th place. No safety car for either of those self-spins between John and Skeppy, but very uncharacteristic from the points leader and the most consistent man of the entire championship. Here comes Stolowski trying to make a move. He can't get the chicane right. Skeppy takes the racing line through there, and Stolowski gets shoved off wide. But Skeppy will maintain second. Stolowski was looking for the way through. He did not have the right into that corner. But Ichigo with an incredible race lead. This will be an insane finish if he can hold this one down. It will be his first win of the season. I know that much. Not sure if it'll be his first win in his ACC career in BRL, but from his previous results, this is an incredible one. If he can make it stick into the final few minutes here. Skeppy and Stolowski have been battling hard. Neymar is going to be chasing all these guys down if they battle too hard. Fuki 4 has got himself unlapped, but could be lapped in a lapse time, really, as it's a very close one between these two for second. Stolowski looking up the inside into 1. That's never going to work through there. It's too fast. And Skeppy stays ahead. Stolowski will stay third. Neymar, again, still lurking in the background there. He doesn't really have the pace at the moment to stick with them. But if these tires heat up for him, hopefully he can start to get it going. Ichigo, his heart's probably racing right now. He knows he's got one of the fastest drivers in this league behind him. 2 of them, in fact, with Skeppy and Stolowski, both of them very quick in their own rights, both quick in these separate cars. As Fuki 4 did get out of the way, he has been lapped by the top 3. Neymar should be lapping him shortly, but Neymar struggling at the start of this stint here, and he's going to be losing a lot of time. Stolowski popping that curve, not the greatest thing to do, but still maintaining a decently close gap to Skeppy as he goes off. Stolowski off and into the gravel, keeps it out of the wall, and that's going to be his shot at Skeppy over for the next minute or 2 at least. But now that'll give Skeppy clear room. Doesn't have to focus on the mirror, and he could go after Ichigo for the race win in race number 2. Final couple laps here have been crazy here in Oulton Park, and I hope you stick around for these final 6 minutes as we've done 14 laps around here. We've had no safety car. This has all been created by these drivers here. As Stolowski looks like he's off again into the gravel. Here comes Neymar. Does he have any thing to do for the final podium spot. It doesn't look like he's going to be close enough to Stolowski for third now, but we'll see how it goes. Stolowski might have some floor damage or something in that McLaren. Doesn't look like it's handling too nice right now. He's making a couple mistakes in that nice white and purplish blue livery. Back out front, Ichigo still holding it down in first. Skeppy trying to catch up in second, trying to make it right. He was leading. He had himself a nice margin to all the guys behind, and he was going to come out comfortably in first after Neymar cycled out of the stops. Stolowski's missed the chicane. He slowed down enough. Has he slowed down enough to not get a penalty? It looks like he has. That might be investigated if he's gained too much time through there. Neymar still holding on to fourth right now, which is, again, it's just still a great result. Not as great as that P2 last weekend. But I think it's going to be all eyes right now on this race lead. Can Skeppy put it back into first place? Can he overtake Ichigo? Can Ichigo defend well enough? Does he have the pace to even not need to defend on Skeppy? Ichigo not even racing race 1 at Oulton Park here, and he's coming out and shining in race number 2 with a bit of luck, but right now holding it down due to skill. Yes, Neymar's livery is a bit of a dirt block. He made it just for me, he said, so I can have it on the lovely broadcast. Hope you guys do enjoy it. But 4 minutes to go. 1.6 is your gap between the top two. 2.9 back to Stolowski. Neymar a bit further behind, 4.5 off. There's Bowen 16 seconds off in fifth. He's holding it down comfortably for a top 5 finishing position. John kind of just driving around, was hoping for a safety car. Never really got one, and I believe it's a bit too late to have one now. But Ichigo extending this lead in this second portion of the second stint. 3 minutes to go. It's going to really only be about 2 laps around here. If Ichigo can time it right, he can only do 2 laps. Three minutes to go as he heads into turn 1. 3.3 seconds is that gap. He cannot make a mistake. He cannot afford a mistake, really, to make sure he gets this race win. Skeppy is going to be hard charging behind, but has to think about the championship at this stage. Can't push. He DNF'd in race 1 here just about 45 minutes ago. So he's got to be thinking he's got to consolidate at least the second place here. Closing in 2.6 seconds is the gap from first to second. Stolowski close to Skeppy in third. We'll see if anyone makes a move there or if anything needs to be done from defensive maneuvers from Skeppy as we head now to 2 minutes remaining through chicane 2. Here comes Ichigo. Gotta make sure everything's pinpoint accurate at this stage of the race. Cannot slide, can't lock up. Well, you really can't lock up with the ABS, but oh, there's a mistake from Ichigo. He's gone onto the grass. That's gonna be blood in the water for Skeppy. He's gonna be seeing the panic from Ichigo out front, and Stolowski also, by the way, closing in to Skeppy behind as well. We could have a 3-car battle for the lead at the end of this one. But here comes Skep now. Stolowski giving everything he's got behind there, running into the dirt on the outside. Ichigo going to be coming around the final corner. I believe this is going to be your final lap of the race. They don't have enough time to do 2. I believe it's going to be the final one. We'll see if Ichigo gets back to the line. I don't think he will. But 8/10 now, the gap. Ichigo to Skeppy. 1.2 again back to Stolowski. 3-car battle for the race win here with 1 minute remaining. I don't think they're getting back to the line. I think this is going to be it. They gotta act like it's the final lap. Even so, 6/10 now, the gap. Skeppy closing in. Can he make the hairpin work? He's been struggling here all day. Can't get the car rotated through the apex of the corner. And it looks like Ichigo's gotten that nicely. And it looks like he's pulled out a little bit of a margin here and some breathing room through the 2 chicanes. If he can make sure he hooks these up right, this might just be the icing on the cake for Ichigo to take home the win in race number 2 through chicane 2. Not too wide on the exit. Gotta make sure you hook up this right-hander, though. Can't run it wide like he did last week. As Skeppy's off! Skeppy's off the track. He's made a huge mistake. Stolowski just barely scrapes on through. Will Neymar be able to get by Skeppy for 3rd? Neymar off the track trying to avoid with a drift. Can he save the car? No, he can't. Skeppy's going to get back by. Neymar couldn't hold on to the car. But now through the final corner, race is over. This is going to be it. Ichigo is going to take a shock win in race number 2 here at Oulton Park. Ichigo wins. And Stolowski will take home a 2nd place. Will take home the most points out of the 2 races, finishing 1st and 2nd. Skeppy is going to come home with a lucky 3rd place after the spin, as Neymar couldn't keep the car on track to hold on for his 2nd podium in just as many races. Neymar will finish 4th in a solid effort on the controller. Tez Bowen will come across the line in 5th, hoping for a little bit more carnage than that from the top 4, but not to be. John's going to consolidate a 6th place finish. Fukifura is going to round out 2nd. We'll see if any steward inquiries are necessary after that between Skeppy and Neymar at the end of that one. But what a crazy finish to end up here at Oulton. I'm going to try and get these 3 podium finishers. It's going to be actually... Did Neymar actually get Skeppy? There's no way he got Skeppy. Nah, he didn't get Skeppy. Skeppy left in a rage quit. We'll see if I can get your... Oh, it says he's 4th, so I might have missed something at the final corner if I was very focused on Ichigo at the front, winning that one. Interview. We'll give Stolowski an interview. I'll get Neymar as well, who finished on the podium. It looks like he's finished on the podium both races. Alright, we've got the 3 podium finishers from race number 2 here. Make sure you guys include your audio if you have not done so already. Neymar, if you don't mind, I'll start with you. 2 podiums at Oulton Park in non-wet conditions. How you feeling?
I feel very nice. I'm very lucky for both podiums. But I stayed in my own lane, out of trouble, you know. Luck came my way.
Absolutely, the luck finally came your way. It took long enough in this season. Ever since Nürburgring, it's been a struggle, but congratulations on the 2nd and the 3rd, I believe it's going to be.
Yep.
How like worried were you when you saw Skeppy rejoin the track there in the final lap?
Well, I was pretty worried because I was about to T-bone him, so. Then bro was right behind me, kind of.
Green light.
So
Go.
I think it going fast.
Yeah. Well, congrats on the 2nd and the 3rd in the 2 races today. That's good points for your championship. Not sure where you're going to end up after today. Stolowski, I think most points out of today from the 2 races. It's a 1st place in race 1 and a 2nd in 2. Talk us through those final couple laps. I saw you had a nice battle with Ichigo before, and then talk us through after you saw Skeppy lose the car.
Well, I
turn
mean,
one.
first of all, I gotta say sorry to John. That
Yeah.
lap 1 and race 2, that was totally my fault. I thought I was clear and I moved over. He paid the price. Um, but yeah, I was struggling with the car at the beginning of the weekend, and kind of it wasn't until race 1 where I really found some pace in it. Race 2, I caught up to Ishiko. It's so hard to pass here. Like, this track's
Yeah.
hard enough already, and then the McLaren, it's very hard car to pass with because it's very reliant on downforce. So once you catch up to one, it's like an F1 car, you just lose your pace. So trying to pass another McLaren is just even harder. Um, but yeah, he was very consistent. He took the win there, which was good. And Skeppy just, I don't know what happened there, but that's unfortunate for him. He probably deserved that podium.
Yeah, it's big for at least his championship. That's 2 bad races in a row. It's gonna be. John's gonna gain points. I'm not sure again where you're gonna come up. Probably somewhere towards top 5 after today. Do you have any goal for the remaining 2 rounds at Silverstone and Imola? Do you like either of those 2 tracks? Do you?
Oh yeah, I'm very optimistic about next weekend. Silverstone's a really good car for this track, or track for this car. And Imola as well. It can be pretty good there, but Imola's a tough track. I'm really more
So.
concerned with the Constructors' Championship at this point, though, because it's pretty close between McLaren and Bentley.
So you and Ichigo will have to work towards that, and as well as John, who did not have an amazing weekend here as well. How about Ichigo with the race 2 win? Didn't even show up to race 1. Popped in for quali in race 2, and he comes out with the win. Ichigo, how you feeling?
I feel pretty surprised. Not even like excited or happy, just kind of like awestruck, I guess. I wasn't expecting this because I got off from work. I went to go get some Wendy's, and I came back right at the end of race 1. The game wouldn't let me get into Q2 until like the last 8 minutes. So I was just struggling with the track because originally I thought we were going to freaking Snetterton or whatever. I hate that track with a passion, so I saw Oulton. I'm like, oh, okay, I actually kind of like this track. So I did qualifying, like a second off the pace, but in P5, and then I just had a clean start, and I think Stawowski and someone else had drive-through, so that helped me a bit. And then after that, I was just being consistent, especially in that second stint. I was thinking about letting Stawowski pass once we were like second and third, but I was waiting for Neymar to pit, and he stayed out like an extra 10 laps like an idiot. So I said, screw it, I'll just stay ahead of Stawowski until he gets really close. And then Skeppy spun, and then I was just doing my own race until the last 5 laps, and then slowed down a little bit on the last lap. And Skeppy spun, of course, which made it a lot easier. Even though I wasn't really worried because you can't pass in the final sector, but yeah, it was a good race. Shame for Skeppy and of course John, but it's good points for McLaren with the 1-2, so I can't complain.
It was nice to see a different winner. And yeah, congratulations. Do you have any expectations? I know obviously Stolowski said about the constructors for McLaren, but do you have anything heading into the final 2 weekends?
I don't know.
If
Silverstone, I like.
You're able to make it.
Yeah, good question. Silverstone, I like Silverstone a lot. On F1 and on ACC. It's a bit of a pain in the McLaren and maggots to Beckett's, but other than that, it should be fine. So, looking forward to Silverstone. Imola, I have good pace, but I'll either not have pace or I'll just crash on one of those stupid sausage curbs. So, we'll see.
All right. Yet to come, the final 2 rounds at Silverstone and Imola. That's going to do it. Big championship day with 2 contenders, not really scoring too many points today in Skeppy and John. So we'll see how that shapes out for the drivers. For the constructors-wise, it's going to be close between McLaren and Bentley. I believe McLaren is going to pull ahead here a little bit more. after today. But we'll see how it goes into the final 2 weekends. Thank you guys for watching. I'll be back on schedule next week. I apologize for the late start, but that's going to be it. I'll see you guys.